Mitch Brown here for athsvicTV at what many regard to be Melbourne's spiritual home of running, the Tan Track at Melbourne's Royal Botanic Gardens. And what could be a more fitting venue as we send off the XCR'12 series in style. Serving as the grand finale for the XCR series since 2005, the Tan Relays have become as much an institution as the venue from which they take their name. With local and international distance running greats alike having left their mark around the iconic 3.8km circuit, the race provides an opportunity for competitors to rate themselves against the legends of the Tan. It's a task now made all the more easy with the recent installation of timing clocks by the Melbourne City Council along Alexandra and Birdwood Avenues, complete with a top 10 all-time list for both men and women. But in the Division 1 races, the focus was firmly on team over individual. New South Wales powerhouse Sydney University ventured south for their first ever XCR appearance to take on long-time sporting rivals Melbourne University.
We were invited down here by Hamish Beaumont from Melbourne University, and we accepted the invitation and thought it was a good event for us to come down and have a bit of a crack at and see if we can mix it with the VIX.
And what is the allure and the appeal of the Tan for you guys from up north? Obviously it's very special for Melbourne runners.
Well, I mean, Australia-wide, everyone knows what the Tan is. Most distance and middle distance athletes down here have a Tan PB that they talk about, and it was a special. It's a special occasion, I suppose, or a special event where people from our club can come down and post themselves a time and get amongst that banter, I suppose.
Yeah, it's great to have Sydney down. I mean, we've had a really long rivalry with them, up to 140 years. We get to see them once a year down at the Uni Games, so it's really exciting to have them down for this race. It's good for Sydney to come and see that this is the premier competition, like the club competition in Australia, so we're really excited to give it a really good shake.
There's been a lot of hype, a lot of banter, so looking forward to seeing how everything turns out. Who's got the best banter, who's got the best team.
Fresh off his success at the Victorian Half Marathon, it was Ballarat Region's Dessaix-Chin who led into the first changeover from Knox's junior recruit Zach Patterson, with a gap back to Sydney University, Geelong Region, APS United and Frankston in the battle for third. Through the second leg, it was Harry Smithers who took charge for Geelong Region to move them into the lead. Ben Liddy of Sydney Uni hot on his tail. Daniel Balassoni and Jordan Nelson took the tag in third and fourth for Box Hill and Knox respectively, from APS United and South Melbourne. There's little movement among the top four over leg three, with Rowan Walker now holding a 15-metre advantage to Sydney Uni's Hugh Williams into the change. But the breathing space was short-lived for Geelong as Harry Summers clocked an astonishing 10.37 for the second fastest time ever by an Australian around the Tan to give Box Hill an enormous lead. Sydney Uni now held second through Brad Croker, with Knox and Ballarat locked in a tight battle for third through Ben Toomey and Jack Davies. Thanks to Summers' dominance, Matt Collo had things all on his own terms over leg 5, as Knox and Ballarat moved into second and third through Sam Crowther and Tyson Popplestone, with a gap back to Sydney Uni and Geelong. Another strong run from the ever-reliable Chris Hamer saw Box Hill run out big winners, with Chris Discombe taking second for Knox to secure the club's first ever men's Division 1 XCR premiership, and national cross-country champion James Niparis leaving nothing in reserve to claw back third for Sydney Uni. Ballarat Region ran on for fourth and the bronze medal in the Victorian standings, with final runner Nick Van Raphorst clearly feeling the pinch, while Brady Threlfall brought Geelong through for fifth.
It's great. Stephen hooked me up with Box Hill, so I'm running for one club in Sydney and another club in Melbourne. So yeah, I'm really look forward to racing in Melbourne because the club level is so competitive. I'm great that we got the win, and I was very happy with my time and great conditions. So I wouldn't have run as fast as I did if it wasn't for such a great crowd out here today.
Oh, we're stoked, Hamish. It's first time clubs won a Division 1 premiership. So the women have won it a few times. So Pretty exciting times for us, yeah.
And the race today, you were out the back a little bit at the start and came through.
Yeah, well, we've tried to run on strong. I mean, Pato got us off to a great start early and ran our quickest time, but managed to fight through, get second, hold off Sydney Uni, which was probably our biggest goal for today, seeing as we we'd wrapped up the premiership. So that was great.
Yeah, very happy with it. 11:04, probably best run I've ever ran. Like top off a good season, so happy with that.
And happy to be stepping up into the Divi 1, into the big boys.
Yeah, it's good to get an opportunity to do it, and then also with the winning the premiership and that, be a part of that. It just makes it a good season.
So as we look now at our top 8 placings in the Open Men's Division 1 race and our top 8 individual splits for the men, it's not hard to see how Box Hill managed to come away with such an emphatic win. A brilliant run from Harry Summers there at the top of the table, but Chris Hamer and Steve Deneen both in the mix, as well as Steve Kelly from the Division 2 team. Zach Patterson for Knox worth noting there as well. 11:04, an outstanding run for an under-18. And incredibly, the top 5 runners there all now find themselves among the top 10 fastest legs ever recorded at the Tan Relays. With a second consecutive sweep of all 4 divisions all but assured heading into the day, it was a matter of mere formality for the Glenhuntly women. But through the early stages of the Division 1 race, it was Melbourne looking to spoil the party through Tracy Austin. Strong starts to Glenhuntly and Collingwood's Division 2 teams brought them through next overall, with Karen Barlow holding second for Knox and Erica Fountain taking the tag for the Hunters in third. It was a short-lived lead for Malvern as Kate Seabold took control for Knox through the second leg to open up a big gap on the field, with Glenhuntly back in second as Fountain handed off to Anna Thompson. In the battle for tertiary bragging rights, Sarah James was keeping Melbourne Uni well on top, with APS and Geelong Region back in 4th and 5th proving a bigger concern than the Sydney Uni well back in 6th. With Julia Edwards and Karen Thorpe left to bring it home for their sides, it was Glenhuntly who would take the lead into the final change through Thompson, with Simone Quinn back in second for Knox and Melbourne Uni is still holding third. Though perhaps not quite showing the same level of dominance seen throughout the season, it was nonetheless a comfortable win for Glenhuntly as Edward ran on to cross well clear of Thorpe, with the Hunters' number 2 team taking third overall in a telling show of their depth of talent. A strong leg from Ellie O'Kane brought Geelong Region up into third, with Robin Millard getting APS United up for 4th over Melbourne University.
Look, it was a good season. I think to win it once, all 4 divisions and then do it again is pretty good effort, and it's just credit to the depth I think we've got at Glenhuntly.
And the leadership of Trevor and Leslie, they do a powerhouse of work for you.
Oh, they do a great job putting the teams together and on race day, so yeah, it is credit to them as well.
How did you feel the racing went today? You got 3 of the 4 wins for the women's teams?
3 of the 4 wins, and I think Division 1 was pretty close, so yeah, some good racing out there. I think we had 7 or 8 teams all up today and some good junior results as well, so definitely maybe next year we can do it again.
And we look now at our top 8 placings in the women's Division 1 race. And looking at the individual splits, we see that strong leg from Thompson that helps steer her team into the lead. But once again, our junior talent matching it with the best of the open age, Samantha Prime clocking a scintillating 12.58 to help Casey Cadinia to victory in the under-20 race. That's a wrap on XCR Racing for another year, but plenty more competitions on the horizon, with AV's Summer of Track and Field just around the corner. Visit athsvic.org.au for more information, and keep watching athsvicTV for all the latest from across the tracks.